CPR is just the human version of blowing into a video game cartridge, hoping it'll work again.
What?
I mean, you're not wrong, except CPR actually has impact on what happens.
Whereas blowing into a video game cartridge actually just puts moisture into it, and it means that it'll get ruined a lot faster.
So what you're telling me, I just need to use a hairdryer or a leaf blower.
Or you could just use the can of compressed air, the same stuff people use to clean out their keyboards.
Who does that?
Good number of people.
Alright, I had a joke for that, but I was already messing it up, so let's just move on anyways.
Hey, we're back to this angsty bullshit. No, I don't mean the thing with Twilight.
No, this is worse.
And we're actually all together this time.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Now me and him can stay on topic.
Will we? Will
Probably
we, though?
not, honestly.
With this shit.
I'm about as invested.
We're already kind of putting it off as it is.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Llytic.
I'm Tom.
I'm a Homo sapien.
I
thought it was just gonna be
And if you can't tell, just about all of us are tired today, so let's go for this.
I have been watching Supernatural for like 12 hours now.
Wow, that's a lot. I've been doing retail for a while today.
I've been doing the other part that helps retail work.
I think I'm more just mentally exhausted than anything.
Mm-hmm. It's about that.
A form of exhaustion.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
yes.
It is weird watching season 1, just little baby moose and squirrel. Anyway, we're reading Time to Fix the Mistakes, that, obnoxious as oh fuck Harry Potter fanfiction.
You almost said Twilight because it's that bad.
It's almost as bad. It's almost as obnoxious as Edward.
But not half as obnoxious as Onision.
All right, let's get this stuff started, shall we?
February 12th, 1977, aka the wrong notation to do this for a story that takes place in the UK.
Harry Potter had set up his most unusual glamour yet for the current day's work.
Is he a bard?
Maybe, I don't know. Harry looked 20 years older than he was. His hair was short, spiky, and dirty gray. His face was deeply lined with wrinkles, and his hands were covered in foul-looking liver spots.
Punk grandpa.
He stood in a window, pulling out a gun, rifle ready.
What the fuck?
I must kill the president, he says under his breath.
That's not part of the story.
Shit, who was the president in 1977? I'm looking it up. It was General Ford. Gerald Ford.
Yes.
And Jimmy Carter, technically.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I guess that's better than Billy Carter and his failed beer. Failed beer. That shit lasted less than a year.
Poor guy.
Billy beer. I'm not kidding. Look it up. It didn't even last a year before the brewery closed down.
Poor guy.
So you're telling me
gone into
people
retail.
that like the beer were Billy beers?
That was terrible, and you should be shot.
I'm not even sure there was a joke there.
There is a punchline at least.
Like,
it makes me want to punch you, yes.
I'm more just confused. It's the only thing I'm not even sure there's anything I can compare it to, because it's the whole thing of I had to stop for a second. I was like, wait, was there a joke there? I'm confused.
Zane is one of a kind. You can't really compare his stuff to just about anything else.
Did you say bully beer?
Bully beer.
I thought one of y'all said believe beer, and then my mind was like, you mean like believers?
No, Billy beer.
I got the punchline, but it was still terrible.
My mind didn't even make the believer connection. It was like, wait, what's going on here?
Should I laugh?
Am I having a stroke? I think I'm having a stroke.
Anyways, he looked
Zane,
like a
read your
wacky
line.
old wizard in brown and yellow robes. That mean he pooped and peed in them. As he hobbled around Hogsmeade, looking at as bizarre as he did, no one in the town gave him a second glance.
Well, it's Hogsmeade.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Anyways, he walked slowly through the town, looking at all the shops and stopping to visit several of them. He purchased a bit of chocolate, 20 grams of graphorn bile, and a book on the history of pygmies.
Okay.
Why that last one? I mean,
I mean,
the graphorn bile I get, as well as the chocolate. But
I mean, to be fair, it kind of fits in with the setting of the whole world. Like, just some of the things, like...
Crazy homeless
buying a couple packs of chocolate frogs I get. But...
a book
He's
on the
a crazy
history of
homo, man.
pygmies.
He's acting like a crazy hobo. It's fine.
Okay. A
so
murder
like
hobo,
a
because he's a
regular
wizard.
Or at least
Yep.
most of the wizards I've run into.
But
Really got to stop going under the underpass. Uh,
did they cast a spell on you or something?
Yeah,
they
you might be
do. It's
cursed.
weird.
Huh.
Like, I'm not sure why they're all homeless, but they are.
Well, I mean, there's
I'm
really...
guessing
really-
magic just isn't a very, like, workable, like a very useful skill in the workplace.
In the 21st century, magic is doesn't really have a job market. Like, people are more into their fancy technology and stuff.
I'm sorry, have you ever combined technology with magic? That shit's wild.
Yes, I have. It's a lot of fun.
Your planet takes a lot of stuff for granted.
Did you just say for granted?
Granted.
Okay, it
You
sounded like you
fuck.
said granite.
I think that's how you get the singularity, though. We probably shouldn't be mixing magic and machines.
Exactly, that's how you get the singularity. It's a great idea.
No.
I caused an explosion. It was fun.
Maybe I can conjure myself up a girlfriend.
That'll never turn out how the way you want to.
Just play Doki Doki Literature Club. It'll turn out fine. He had his eye on a couple of the unusual denizens of Hogsmeade on this day. James Potter and Sirius Black. It was a Hogsmeade weekend for the students of Hogwarts. Wow, shit. And Harry wanted to keep an eye on things.
As he attached his scope to his sniper.
I must kill my father.
No, I was thinking he's gonna kill Sirius.
Not his godfather. Sirius was cool. Turned into a big scary dog. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm. I'm just imagining Black Dog by Led Zeppelin playing as Sirius' theme song just because it fits thematically. History hadn't recorded any attacks this day at this venue, but Harry was a cautious sort. He also wanted... I mean, I guess he's kind of a cautious sort, but also...
History hadn't recorded any attacks on this day at this venue, so Harry would make one.
Exactly.
Why did he use a sniper? That's a really boring weapon for a wizard.
I don't know. He could just use magical bullets and just make it ricochet off the wall or something.
Mind bullets!
I mean, granite guns are boring in the first place. Seriously, who kills with a gun? Ugh.
Lots of people, what? Guns
Yes,
are pretty cool if you know how to
they're
use
all
them.
lazy and unimaginative. If you're gonna kill,
Nah.
put some fucking effort into it, motherfuckers.
I think you're just not thinking properly with a gun.
The only way you could do it with a gun creatively is in a way that typically gets you shot.
No.
Like those hunters who shoot a fox and then go to finish it off with the butt of their rifle, and the fox's paw accidentally gets caught in the trigger mechanism and shoots them.
You just...
If they're hunters worth their salt, they would have killed it without... they would have killed it in the first shot anyway. Otherwise,
Yeah,
they're
if
just...
hunters
Hunters
worth
worth
their
their
salt,
salt,
they
they
were
would be
gonna-
going after something you eat, not a fucking fox.
You don't eat fox jerky. There.
Foxes... Well, no, that's more wolves, or if you kill wolves, that's more pest control, but... yeah, no, you're right.
There's a simple rule to life. If you're gonna kill something, eat it. Otherwise, why bother?
I mean, because it's trying to kill you.
That's the only exception.
Well,
Or
then
your
there's clearly
livestock.
exceptions.
Well, if you're going to kill something going after your livestock, fucking eat it. Don't
Why?
waste the meat. Otherwise, you just wasted all your effort. Because it would
Or-
likely only going to take 1 or 2 of your cows. Not really cutting into your profits that much.
Okay, but what if it does it every single day?
Why would a wolf do it every day? It doesn't need that much food.
I don't know, but there's not only one wolf.
If there's a pack of wolves in the area, it could take out a herd fairly quickly. But anyway,
Also, going back to guns being uncreative, you're just not using them properly. Because what you gotta do is you just use them in a very close combat setting. So, you run up to this guy, he's like immune to bullets or something, or bullets don't work really hard, so you just like pull up your shotgun right to his gut, shoot it, and then, pretty much just like uppercut him with the, shotgun.
can I read my line now? He also wanted to get his first. He also wanted to get his first glimpse of his living father, and perhaps even his living mother.
And fuck him. Harry didn't like to lie to himself, but he did this day. He was here to protect Hogsmeade from a non-existent attack. What? What? And also
Maybe
meet
he
his
is the
parents.
terrorist.
And meet his parents and their younger selves.
Okay.
I think we reached that point where,
Yeah. Llytic, if you're there, we can't hear you. In case you
yeah,
haven't figured that
all
one
those
out.
funny and clever remarks you think you have, yeah, we can't hear them.
Okay, there we go. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Now I can hear you.
Okay. But yes,
Sucker.
what I was saying is that he's lying to himself in the sense that he's pretending he's here to stop an attack. It's not actually going to happen when in reality he's just here to fuck his dad.
Oh, okay. So we're getting into that kind of fan fiction. All right.
Zane mentioned it.
He's gonna fuck his dad in his boo-boo pee-pee robe.
You're telling me Harry tops? I'm sorry, but you're lying to yourself if you don't think he bottoms.
Nah, I think he does those. I think he has some weird, strange, magical thing he does. He probably has
magical bondage, aka the best use for magic.
I was. Oh, I'm just thinking of
Asio handcuffs.
And now we are going off the rails on a crazy train, so hooray.
Oh god, hide the bats. Ozzy might eat them.
Fun fact, my mom was actually at one of the concerts when he did that.
Cool.
Did she eat the rest?
No, she just went
Most
there.
concerts it's a rubber bat, except for the one where they ended up apparently using a real one, but Ozzy was never told about this beforehand.
And he was probably high out of his mind, so he didn't realize when he was holding
he's
the thing.
Ozzy. When would he not be high out of his mind? If I had that money, I'd always be high out of my mind.
To each their own, then.
Let's see. He wandered finally into the Three Broomsticks and saw a very young Madame Rosmerta tending the bar. She was quite the hit with the male patrons she served that day. Harry would fuck her.
He picked a table in the middle of the room near to where James and Sirius and Remus were holed up in a booth plotting something. The traitor Pettigrew was nowhere to be seen.
Well, at that point, he wasn't a traitor yet, now was he?
No.
Harry slowly Oh, wait, shit. They'd stop looking up porn.
As much as I'd love to, I'm trying to look up unique magical wizard sex positions, but I don't have access to the wizard part of the internet.
I don't think there is a wizard part of the internet.
All I can find is magic.
For some reason, your planet doesn't like combining magic and technology.
I think we kind of killed the magic.
Yeah, humanity has a habit of doing that.
I didn't even mean in that sense. I mean, Salem witch trials and stuff. I mean, maybe wizards are not around for a reason.
Well, yeah, the whole thing with witches got started in the first place because of the fact that there were women practicing medicine, and the church was very upset about that.
So what you're telling me, medicine isn't real, it's just magic. That's why he put you
That's
down
not
under.
what I was saying. I was saying that the Catholic Church was very sexist at the time, and to a degree kind of still is, but sure, go off, I guess.
I mean, you always like to bring stuff like that up anyways. Where the fuck? Harry didn't like to lie to himself. Harry slowly sipped on his fire whiskey that he apparently didn't... What?
And then,
Wait, what? I thought he went and got chocolate and stuff. Where'd he get this whiskey?
from the bar he just walked into.
Oh.
So a crazy old wizard walks into a bar.
And then
Nice.
Zane has a stroke.
And then ordered the house special.
The house special is a stroke?
The person. House special, please. Thunk.
For the rest of their life, they're just stuck talking like Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, that would be a curse worse than death.
I guess I'm sharing the house special with you right now, Llytic.
That was just dyslexia.
Bar food was a rare indulgence, but he needed a bit of cover to explain his lingering at the table.
I'm pretty sure it's just normal to order food when you're in a bar. You don't need to explain it. Also, what do you mean bar food was a rare indulgence? I'm pretty sure this guy's spending most of his time in bars.
I don't think this person who wrote this went outside much. Or was old enough to drink.
While he sipped and waited for his meal, Harry listened.
Peter!
What? Peter knows the best way to get into the Slytherin dungeons. Boy's a genius at lurking around, you know, James said.
I think we should get him to appear in the Slytherin girls' dorms as a rat and see how many of them scream. Sirius said. I mean, what? Ugh.
Pervert.
Weird kind of pervert.
Everyone's a pervert, but there's a big difference between this and that. Remus chuckled for a moment before his face went serene. The drugs had kicked in.
No, the house special was kicking in.
The stroke was kicking
I think I feel it coming.
If I'm the only one left alive in this story, I'm gonna quit.
Just imagine going to the bar and then ordering somebody the house special for somebody else that you don't like and just watching them have a sudden stroke.
I think we broke Llytic.
Yeah. Here, this one's on the house.
I snorted it.
Hi everyone, welcome to What Are We Reading? The one where Llytic goes insane again.
Hi, welcome to What Are You Reading? Where this is revenge for the time that made me laugh really hard.
Which time was that?
I think while we were reading this story, like one of the first or second times, I almost fucking died from it.
I think that was the one where, yeah, it was this story because we were talking about using magic to move around markers. And the joke that I came up with was drawing a vagina on someone's face.
Yes.
The clit was between the eyebrows.
How do y'all get anything done when I'm not here?
We don't.
Why do you think the series has been taking so long?
I just thought it was... I don't know, honestly. Nah, what's the fun in that if only Slytherins hear each other screaming? James said a bit dreamily. Now if they started screaming for no good reason in the Great Hall...
Bad. No. Bad wizard. Screaming powder, Sirius said. Yes, I think we could do some wonderful things with a powder or a potion that just made people scream.
Screaming powder.
My girlfriend doesn't like to moan during sex, so I make her scream.
It's not a powder that makes people scream. It's just powder that's constantly screaming for no apparent reason.
Oh my gosh, you just have your professor like pull it out and you just hear like a muffled It's
It's just in the container it's in, you just hear like muffled screaming the entire time.
He just takes it off the top and it's just like
It just fills the room, just one unending scream that's just not broken, whatever. Now whoever created this was stupid or a genius. I don't know which.
Probably both. Remus was back to laughing. Don't worry about me. I left the prefect badge back in the tower.
James smirked. Ah, yes, revolting righteous Remus. How many rules have you broken this year?
Sirius laughed. All of them?
Remus smiled, but seemed to consider this question seriously. Well, I'd have to say that I haven't broken every one. I can't remember ever hurling a portrait off the staircases, or chasing McGonagall into a man, or changing McGonagall into a man, or setting a troll loose in the dungeons.
Harry almost choked on his fire whiskey when he heard that last idea. Had Quirrell stolen the idea of the troll from the prefix rulebook? Harry had
I
never
guess
read
in this weird continuity he did.
Harry had never read the ridiculous thing. Well, yeah, you weren't a prefect, you failure.
Why would you want to be a prefect?
I don't know. I'm just being dumb. I don't like this version of Harry.
I don't like prefects. Like, the general idea of them. Seems really stupid.
It's just perfect with the R and the E switched.
It's not what I'm talking about.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about having some sort of, like, stupid-ass moral center type thing for your school.
I'm the prefect here, and what I say goes.
No.
No, kicks him in the balls, runs off.
You act like I've ever respected authority.
Wait, so you're telling me I shouldn't respect authority?
I mean, only whenever authority acts in ways that aren't to be respected.
Respect
so
just
like you
authority.
trying to tell me that I need to stay here.
You act like there has been any respect towards me by anyone here. There has never been.
There's never been really much respect between all of us anyway. Like,
Who are you?
I mean, I respect you enough to not go easy on you.
Thank you, I think.
Who are you again?
I believe it's Zane's line.
Mm-hmm.
Sirius just laugh.
Sirius just laugh.
However, excellent idea, Remus. Perhaps you should all study the rulebook to make sure we break all of them before we graduate.
I can see McGonagall as a man, James said. He's damn hot. But I have no idea where to get a troll.
From Trollsburg.
I was going to say I'm not volunteering for this. Troll in the dungeon. Fuck you.
Just thought you ought to know. Faints. Ha! Wuss.
Goes down and there's just this very angry gray-skinned person with horns.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck am I? Who the fuck are all of you?
He's got like a large shovel he's swinging at people.
You know, the CGI for the time was actually pretty good, but it has not aged well at all.
It doesn't tend to.
Remus twisted his head. I think I have a candidate for a portrait to throw off a staircase. Rather pesky fellow who thinks he's brave. Tries to challenge me to a jousting contest every time I wander past him.
Oh, aren't you clever?
Sir Cadogan.
Okay, for a second, I thought it said cardigan, and I was like, what?
It's specifically the knight that was temporarily put in charge of guarding the Gryffindor dormitories during Prisoner of Azkaban.
It's been a while since I've read the books.
It's the one that kept on coming up with new changing passwords that were all ridiculous.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which resulted in Neville Longbottom having to write a list of passwords that Sirius later got a hold of and used to sneak into the dorm.
Okay, yeah, now I remember.
Yeah.
Ew. Why'd he sneak into there? I forgot.
To try and get Peter, who was disguised as Ron's rat.
Mm.
Oh, to try to like bail him out?
No.
Trying to kill him because Peter Pettigrew was kind of a terrible human being.
Peter Pettigrew sold out the Potter family and then framed Sirius for his own murder, which Peter did by cutting off his own thumb and then blowing up a city block and escaping in the wreckage, making it seem as though he had blown up.
Ew. Harry remembered to himself.
So when you have a blown up city block and one wizard left standing there, things.
Yeah.
Granted, this is a universe where truth serums exist.
Mm-hmm.
Things
didn't change much at Hogwarts, did they?
That was perfectly timed. Bless you again.
Harry suddenly found his table filled with food. He looked up and gruffly thanked Rosmerta. Then he tried to figure out what he'd ordered. It was a stroke.
It was a stroke, and he had forgotten that he already ordered like 3 times.
It certainly smelled pungent, so much so that it drove off James, Sirius, and Remus about 5 minutes later.
He choked down as much of the revolting fish dish as he could before he paid his tab and left.
I'm never going to forgive you for that rhyming, author.
That's what you're choosing not to forgive them on?
You could have used the word seafood, you fuck.
Ooh, I'm gonna need some time to think of a pun for that. Anyways.
What?
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
He'd felt happy for 15 minutes in that bar, just listening to people he could never formally meet. So close, so far away.
The angst. He stayed close to Hogsmeade, revisiting somewhat familiar places and faces until the last of the Hogwarts students returned to the castle.
It had been his best...
What?
It would certainly make this story more entertaining.
I'm sorry, what was just said? What?
He blew up Hogsmeade. All the kids were gone, so it's like, this place is useless now.
I kid you not. Like, I heard Tom start speaking, and then I swear everything went silent for like a split second, and then I heard a different Tom voice saying something, and I was very confused.
The case of the 2 Toms.
Yeah, it was a whole thing of like, until the Hogwarts students returned to the cat. What?
Sounds like y'all are having some glitches in Discord or something like that.
Just as long as Craig doesn't have any.
Craig, don't have a stroke now.
Craig, don't order the house special.
Craig, don't leave us here alone. We're not strong enough to do it without you. It had been his best day of work ever. He hadn't caught sight of his mother, nor had he heard much about Dumbledore, the old plotter. Most people here in Hogsmeade thought very well of Dumbledore, save for his brother.
Yes, but his brother also apparently fucked goats. If his, arrest warrant is to be believed.
He smiled at the remembrance. I'm not gonna talk about fucking goats, okay?
Harry then decided he hadn't finished his work yet. He wandered off toward the Hog's Head for a little visit with the barkeep there.
March 28th, 1977.
The things one could find while maintaining one's cover identity were quite astounding. Harry had ventured off to the estate auction of an old ramshackle manor house in Kent. He was ostensibly looking for gold to purchase, but he kept his eye out for anything of interest.
Gold in them dar lizards. Or there actually isn't. It's kind of disappointing.
There's him and there's hills in them. They're gold.
He'd quickly scouted out the gold on display. Several pieces of jewelry were worth far more than the mere gold in their settings. Harry wouldn't bother with these. But there were 12 karat gold place settings in cutlery. Gold cutlery? Yes. Just let me eat off my bougie-ass gold fork.
Well, at least it doesn't rust.
These he might purchase for a reasonable fee.
Gold?
He kept walking. He kept walking until he came across a table of books and oddities. The books were all grouped together in boxes to be sold in lots. Harry gave them a quick glance, and then he saw something odd. A few of the spines in one box flickered a bit. Harry stopped and inquired further. The spines flickered again. 1 minute they were old, boring pre-Victorian novels, and the next they were spell books of some sort.
Well, whatever enchantment had been put on them was pretty shoddy.
Yeah. Or there was
Pretty
just
shoddy, shorty. Or shoddy. There we go. Pretty shoddy.
Medusa Gilded Dessert Fork. $445.
Desert fork.
Me per Casa Oro 25 pig flatware set. $1,164.
The look on her face when you stab her with a gold fork. Priceless.
Okay, so let's see. Harry, right?
Yeah.
Harry took
Yeah.
note of the lot number, then he pursued the other boxes for more interesting books. The dang things were spread out in the last 7 lots. It had suddenly turned into a long, very interesting day. The only problem, he had to work to do it. He had work to do tonight. Whoops. Harry's just really lazy. Harry stopped and the gold would be up for auction hours before the books. Harry decided to find an interesting way to kill the time.
By murdering Father Time.
That wouldn't be very nice.
Now I'm the Lord of Time. Harry Potter's a Time Lord.
I can't do the theme.
Dun, 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 ding, ding,
Not entirely sure that's it.
I'm assuming we're referencing Doctor Who.
Yes!
Never watched it. I need to.
He bid on the first 8 lots, all of which had some gold or silver, and won 5 of them for reasonable prices. All of his money.
Then he left the auction area to further investigate the house. He didn't make it far before someone tapped him on the shoulder.
Now I'm getting off topic again, but do you guys believe in time travel? Not in the sense how do you think it would work if it was real?
Probably
Technically speaking, it kind of is real in the fact that you can speed up how fast, you can change how you experience time via special relativity.
I know. I mean, backwards time travel.
If most theoretical physicists are to be believed, you'd have to exceed the speed of light.
Oh, that's not the point I'm trying to make, but okay. I mean, if you go back in time to change the future, do you think you can do so?
Oh, that's school of time travel. Not according to multiverse theory, technically, and that what you would be doing is technically not, fixing the past. You'd just be creating an offshoot timeline. So the timeline you left would still exist and still have the problem, but the new timeline you created would no longer have that problem that you fixed.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you were to go forward in time off of that offshoot, you'd just be going further into that offshoot.
I always thought that there would be just one large time that's the true time, but every time you intentionally try to go back to do something, you would essentially not be able to change it because you intentionally went back in time to change something. So I'd say
that's the predestination school of time travel, which that's more like the idea of if time were a VHS tape, in which when you played it forward and backwards, it was still the same regardless.
Yes, but if you traveled through time without the intention of actually changing something, I don't believe the butterfly effect would come into play.
Well,
everything that was unintentionally done through time has already happened, but everything you've done on purpose via going through time is already set in stone.
Yeah.
Well, if time travel does exist and people have come back to visit this time, they're doing a very good job of hiding it.
That's exactly my point.
I mean, I'm always more of a fan of multiverse theory, but that's also because of the fact that the mechanics of it mean that every second millions of new universes are technically created.
I like the idea that if the multiverse is real, there's a one where I'm a girl, and maybe I'm hot.
Well, you'd still need to put some effort into actually making sure that you're healthy, for instance, working out, eating healthy. You know, something
Wait, what's
other
that?
than microwave mac and cheese.
Wait, what does that have to do with being a girl? What?
Honestly, if you were a girl, that there's also the fact that you'd be judged more heavily on your looks. So you'd have to put a lot more effort into that than you do now.
Not if it was a multiverse where that standard was not in effect.
Well, yes, but that would require a completely different change of history.
Yeah, so...
And
I'll
that's
That
just-
sort of case, it'd also be rare that he was even born in the first place.
If there are infinite universes, there's one where it happened.
Technically speaking, yes, but we are also talking about a very alternate history where somehow sexism has been completely eliminated.
I just wanted to fuck myself. You guys are taking this in the wrong direction.
Pretty sure that'd be incest.
Yeah, and? Here's the thing, it may be incest, but I'm not fucking myself.
Yes, therefore it's incest, because you are related to yourself. Directly.
Would it be incest or would it be masturbation?
No, it'd be incest.
Well, yeah, they have a different chromosome, so they couldn't technically be me.
Yeah. It just had, like, similar experiences to you, but also due to the fact that we're talking about a different gender, you'd also have to deal in with all those different, like, social stigmas and such that differ between male and female. Like, being told that you look like you're diseased when you don't have makeup on. And then being judged when you do have makeup on for having makeup on. Life is fun.
I'm sorry you have that problem, Llytic.
Yeah.
You know, I wish it were just me. But seriously, like, I'm not kidding about the makeup thing.
Yeah, no, it's a
Like,
sexism
whenever
is a
people
thing
talk
that's
about,
real
like,
disgusting.
yeah, whenever people say that, oh, I like girls who don't wear makeup, what they're talking about is that they like girls who do the natural look, in which it's not obvious that they have makeup on. Because those are the same people that are going to heavily judge a woman when she doesn't have makeup on. Because they don't seem to realize that, oh, hey, the thing that I think is not makeup is makeup. So what I'm saying, Zane, is that your life will be a lot harder in that universe.
Okay. I mean, I don't really go outside, so, like, life's not very hard.
Well, I mean the times during your life when you had to be outside.
I was already viciously made fun of. It's not going to be any harder.
Yes, but I'm saying that there's going to be even more on top of that.
Like a period?
Yes, that too.
But, like, I don't really... I was already made fun of anyways about how I looked. It's not really any different.
Like, I'm not saying that you didn't have it rough. I'm just saying that it would be that with more shit piled on top of it, is what I'm saying. Anyway, let's get on with this shit. Did anyone say Lost, sir?
I
don't believe it was said, and that's Zane's line.
It was Zane's line, yeah.
Lost, sir.
No, I'm not. I'm just curious about this old house. I haven't seen that show in ages.
Oh, yeah, that was a thing. I forgot about that. I'm Bill Compson, caretaker of the estate. I think the heirs are going to put it up for sale after they clean it up a bit. Clean it up. Interested?
If the walls could talk, they'd scream.
Harry tipped his head. Perhaps, he shrugged. His partial interest. When was it built?
You okay, man?
I guess.
Do I need to make the clit eyebrows joke again?
There's a fucking mosquito.
Oh, well then. That's
and I'm
not good.
focusing on it. I'm trying to swat it, but it's like just out of reach, and I'm holding a chair, and I'm gonna fall out of it if I go for it.
Stand up slowly and try to hit it with.
Please tell me it's not a rolly chair.
It's not.
Okay,
it's like
thank
one
God.
of those big mosquito eaters. It's not even just a normal mosquito thing.
So it's a mayfly?
Maybe. Hold on.
I mean, if it's a mayfly, it's not going to bite you.
It's still a bug. It's still in the house. It's free game.
Yes, but if it's harmless, there's no real reason to go after it. I mean, a cockroach, I understand. Those spread disease. You're defending yourself. Same with mosquitoes.
You got him?
Yeah, I fucking murdered it.
My issue is more just the fact that I don't like hitchhikers on my body.
I am a territorial being. I must kill everything in the house, even my parents.
That's a bit concerning. You really wouldn't like my situation then, being stuck with an elder god and a vampire. And occasionally death. Really, I swear, he came in like last week and just stole my chips.
Yeah, but like, here's the thing. I lost my thought, never mind.
You are a thought.
Got him. It's gonna make I was trying to think of a clever, like, joke, like, I'm not the main character, or like, I'm not a protagonist, so I have weird bullshit in my house. Something like that.
You act as though I'm vain enough to think I'm a main character.
Well, no, but you're just like, I don't know. I mean,
only the utterly pathetic feel the need to call themselves main characters, which is why they go around spreading the NPC meme.
Yeah, you're just a SJW. That's all you are.
Yes, I am. We all know this. I'm just a special snowflake soy boy.
Well, no, it's just, I guess, the Elder God and the Vampire or whatever, they're also SJWs. Equal rights for those they either eat or enslave.
Ah, yes. Because when I think SJW, I think something that's been around for hundreds of years.
Yes.
I definitely think senior citizen.
Okay, I take it back. We don't get things done when I'm here either.
I think it's just the story, man. We got a lot more done with Twilight.
I don't like
Lord,
this
that's
story.
saying something.
I don't want to read this. I don't like it.
I don't think any of us do. Why are we reading this, Llytic?
Because I thought it'd be interesting, but it turns out it's just pain.
Instead of what are we reading, we never ask why are we reading.
How are you reading? Always what are you reading, not how are you reading.
Which are we reading?
When are we reading?
Now.
Oh.
Are you sure it's now? Because tomorrow now will be yesterday.
Tom.
What?
I don't want to deal with metaphysical bullshit right now. I had enough of that way back when.
Tom,
Sorry.
This isn't the time for timey-wimey powers.
I don't have
know
those.
what it's like
great.
when you've
Now I'm
had
looking
friends
through
try
my
to kill you.
Discords. People are showing me weird things again. I don't feel comfortable.
just do. Okay, hold on. Just send them a picture. Hold on. I'll put it in chat.
Guys, what is this?
An abomination. Why? Why?
I don't know.
It's obviously a tree with an anime girl's head on it with a rainbow in the background. I don't know what you're
with
so
the earth under it.
Uh-huh. So it's
I swear that the vines, like the roots, are making a belly button, and that makes me uncomfortable.
Have you ever heard of Idolmaster?
Yes.
That's from Idolmaster.
Why does that not surprise me? I'm pretty sure that if I activated Waifu Bot right now, we'd get something from Idolmaster.
Bet.
Yeah. Just send this. Just send this to the chat that's making you uncomfortable.
I am uncomfortable.
Oh, hey, I got the penguin from Kimono Friends.
Nice.
What the hell is going on here?
Oh, God.
Guys.
Not Digimon Tamers, why?
Guys, I didn't get an Idolmaster. We've escaped.
How did you spam?
It's because I'm the ultimate.
How did you spam that?
$Y or not Y W? Damn it!
It's just 3 buttons, dude.
like it was suddenly filled. Also, what one is this one?
Osu.
That is not how you eat a popsicle, miss.
No, it's not. That's drip all over the place. You should be holding it upright.
What on God's green flat earth?
Oh my gosh, that just gave me a stupid idea for a busty character.
Oh, God.
I could just picture them like eating food. And
Sure,
why
not?
It's fine. It won't get anywhere. It's just gonna get on my breast.
God damn it.
They'd be a
Fan
slob.
service.
Yay. Self-awareness in an anime, that's new.
Wait, what? Nah. I was gonna make it like a slob.
God,
or somebody
why?
nasty. Like, it wouldn't be attractive. It'd just be nasty.
So, like that one moment in the Neckbeard stories.
Or, like, I don't know. Those kind of
For the love
hentais
of
where
God,
some...
ma'am, stop
Yeah.
picking crumbs out of your cleavage and eating them.
Nah, man. That's like the start of like some weird incest hentai where somebody lives with their sibling and their sibling's just mooching off of them.
Wait, what?
You didn't know about that kind of thing? That's like an
I
actual
know about that kind of thing, but I don't. I think we need to get this conversation off of this because this is the second time today we brought up incest.
Oh, you're right. Anyways, what's my line?
Harry tipped his head.
Harry tipped his head. Perhaps, he shrugged. His partial interest when... Oh, I already said that line.
Did you?
Yeah. Anyways...
Then it's my line.
I have to go to the bathroom to take care of something. I might be a bit,
No one's
what's
really
going with
sure.
that?
The White family has owned it for at least 300 years. Always had a bit of a strange image in the village down the road. Children always disappeared from the local school around 10 or so. You'd see them during the summers, but none of them ever turned up at Eton or any of the major public schools. Strange lot.
After that, he was hearing After all of that, he was hearing suggested the family had been magical at one time. Jeez,
Yes.
now I'm having a stroke. As the line turned to Squips, he tried to think of the name White from what he knew of the great wizarding lines. White.
Probably Slytherin.
He'd have to pull open some of the books he brought back with him. Books that were locked in Thomas Franklin's flat. So what, are we going to have, like, serious blacks in the black family's evil doppelgangers now? They're the whites?
I mean, I was just making a wizard Nazi joke, but okay. Which, I know some people that are like, fuck yeah, I'm Slytherin. And it's like, oh boy, they would not have been happy about that joke.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you're part of the one that's like all like wizard pride?
That's part of how they're portrayed in the books.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, the whole thing is the only prerequisite to being able to join, because there have been half-bloods in there, see Voldemort and Snape,
Mm-hmm.
is the fact that you apparently just need to think that wizards are better than everyone else.
Yeah, I thought it was just to have ambition type thing.
It's not pure... you don't have to be pure wizard because of those two. And Harry almost got in there. He's technically half-blood. So...
Technically, but more of a fourth blood than a half-blood.
Well, his mom is Muggle-born, so that technically makes him a half-blood by typical rulings.
but she knows magic, so does that make
Yes,
her not a
Muggle-born.
Muggle-born, yes, but that doesn't make her a Muggle, so would that be...
No, but that does mean that by any conventional rulings that have been established within the Harry Potter universe, including every time it's been stated inside the books, he is technically a half-blood. Just like Snape is half-blood, and just like Voldemort is half-blood.
Okay.
It's also part of the whole thing of the theme connecting all three of them together. But yes, so
I really
technically
need to reread
speaking, Harry is a half-blood by everything that's been stated within the series. Just because his mom is technically a witch doesn't mean he's not half-blood because she was full Muggle. Her bloodline is fully Muggle.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, she is from a Muggle bloodline, and he is a half-blood.
Okay.
He's half Muggle. He's Muggle on his mom's side and wizard on his dad's side.
Yeah. Still think he's more of a fourth Muggle blood, but okay.
Well, does it work that way? Because you can't do a percentage for something that just popped up randomly as a mutation.
I mean, you can, but it'd be
That's
hard.
not how this works, Tom.
Does
You
logic
can't just
really
call them
even-
quarter blood based on that.
Does logic even work in the Harry Potter universe? I mean, come on, they have...
Yes, and I'm pretty sure what you just said made no goddamn sense.
Well, I mean, I always make no sense, so at least I'm staying consistent.
Be like if you had That'd be like if you had a mom that was like Hispanic, but she just so happened to be like albino, and so you said, and like you had a white father, so you're like, yeah, I'm fully white.
No, you'd be. You've made this more convoluted than it needs to be.
I'm sorry, that's the best thing I could equate this to.
Are you sure? Are you absolutely sure about that?
I'm positively sure that is the closest thing I could equate this to, because we are talking about wizarding, the wizarding ability being seen as a genetic mutation that spontaneously popped up within a Muggle bloodline.
So why not just make it that one disease that's like you're sensitive to like light or whatever, so you can't really get in front of computer screens or whatever. Like,
because that's not something that would be considered a race like wizards are.
Well, albinos aren't considered a race either.
But white people are.
We're comparing apples and oranges here, man. Like,
that's the only way we can compare this, because you made a really stupid analogy.
Then we shouldn't compare them. I mean, it's not that hard.
Oh, I'm sorry. I needed to create an illustration of some sort here, Tom.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
I think you're just trying to explain something
within a bloodline.
Okay, I think you're just trying to explain something that no one really cares about. Well,
not sure why your go-to was inability to be in front of things that emit light.
Well, if we're talking genetic abilities, that's one thing I think of.
But that's
everyone thinks about albinos.
That's something that in some way would be equated to a race.
Well, neither is albino, so like...
Right,
I'm sorry, you can't get much more white than albino, Tom.
Anyways, I got more information on this, thing I was talking about. Yeah, got more examples.
Wait, are we talking about the gold fork or time travel?
Neither.
The tree person thing?
What? No.
What?
I stepped away from my computer right before I was talking about, incest, hentai,
What?
God, it's not funny to explain the joke.
No.
I think I got it at first, but then...
Nope, moment's ruined. Anyways, where am I?
Let's see here. Where is Zane's line?
Could you give me a brief tour?
There we go.
Give me a brief thought inside. I have a few hours until the next lots I'm bidding for will be up.
Caretaker shrugged. Don't see why not.
The day was overcast and a bit gray, so the young caretaker, my pa was hired by old Miss Brundle White herself, and I stepped in when my pa went to the hospital for his heart, 20 years ago, used a electrical torch inside.
I hate everything about that sentence.
Me too.
Why was the dialogue in the middle of the sentence? In the middle of the action? I
don't know. To Harry, the building seemed quite decrepit inside.
You literally could have put the action in the middle of the dialogue. My pa was hired by old Miss Brundle White herself, The young caretaker used a electrical torch inside, and I stepped in when my pa went to the hospital for his heart. That would have worked better.
Yes, I can see where this needs some work before attempting to find a buyer.
You mean the script?
Yeah, that too. He's talking about the house here, Llytic. I don't know if you're paying attention.
Yes, I know that, but this is... Oh, God. Ah! Ah! Sentence structure, motherfucker. Do you speak it?
Apparently he doesn't.
Or she. We're talking about an angry shipper here.
Hoopst.
Yeah.
The caretaker grimly nodded. I was only allowed to help out with the grounds, you see. The inside was never supposed to be touched. Miss Brundle's standing orders, even after she died and left everything to poor Miss Violet.
Harry looked confused. People do get the strangest ideas.
Rich people can afford strange ideas. The caretaker muttered before leading Harry through the rest of the room and into the basement.
That's how photography was invented. Rich people were getting bored, so they started playing with chemicals and light.
I'm pretty sure, like most things, it was something that was initially invented for war. But Harry
Actually, no.
That's surprising.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's like just some rich kid was like, "Huh, I wonder what would happen if I left this chemical out exposed to light." And he accidentally captured a picture, and he's like, "Huh, this is cool. I'm going to try to recreate it."
Harry walked slowly and concentrated on his environment. It was a magical house, or had been in the past. The influence of magic had waned considerably, leaving the house its rather tatty appearance, like the Black Mansion. First time Harry had entered it. But Harry saw a few things inside that made him want to return for further inspection.
For one, he swore there was a hidden passageway or two on just the first floor.
What is this, Arlo's house?
Yes. No, wait, that's in England.
The first photographic process, heliography, was invented around 1824 by Nicephore Nicepe. Images were obtained with Bootman of Jueda spread on a silver plate after an exposure time of several days.
Yeah, photography was very expensive starting out. Then they started refining it.
Most things are expensive starting out.
You know what's priceless that I don't really want, though? Hanging around with fucking you guys.
Why would you want to fuck us?
What?
I mean...
What? I said hanging around. What?
Hanging around fucking you guys.
I'm sorry that we bring you that much displeasure.
Alright, I'm going.
Sorry that Tom's that unfuckable.
What? Tom's fuckable, don't say that.
Thanks, I think. I don't know how to feel about this statement.
I mean, you still yet to meet Tom in person, I'm pretty sure.
I've seen him, though. I stalk him every night. I have cameras in his room. I know everything about him.
I am both
to get new hobbies.
I am both uncomfortable and just laughing my head off right now.
Harry thanked Bill Compson for the tour. Is that my line?
Yep.
Yeah. I think you've been playing the role of Zeffy too much. Now you just legitimately want to fuck Tom.
I accidentally licked my light mic that time.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, God. It's a good thing that mic's not stereo.
BRB buying a new mic.
Oh, God damn it. Just licking one side so it's exclusively in one ear so it legitimately feels like he's tonguing your ear hole.
Make it a real high quality mic too.
He gets specifically like that ASMR mic that is like just 2 ears. He starts like talking into that. Just sets it on his desk.
Would that work in video games too, though?
I'm pretty sure it would.
Just be like, he's on your left.
That was the first thing that came to my mind, honestly. But more on your left.
No, you just get right next to the ear, just as seductively as possible. He's on your left.
Or just get as close to the mic as possible, and then like
That's
sneak.
what I just said.
And then scream as loud as you can for no apparent.
Oh, God damn it!
Make someone's ears bleed.
Don't even say left or right. Just be like, they're on this side.
Or just be like,
You just get to the side that they're on and this way.
Like that one scene in the first X-Men movie where Patrick Stewart is leading Hugh Jackman on a wild goose chase around the mansion.
I mean, most people would do that if they could. Naked. Still interested. Mr. Compson was apparently trying to ensure he had a job after the estate was sold.
I can see the potential of a place like this as a bed and breakfast. I hear they're becoming quite popular in this part of the country nowadays.
The old caretaker just nodded. That'd be something.
Harry smiled, thanked the man again, and went out to bid on the book lots. He was already planning a return visit in the dead of night.
Yeah, so for some reason, I just started thinking of Bill Compson as being Bill Will from King of the Hill. Just be like, that'd be something, all right.
God damn it.
So do y'all want to try to finish this or just end it here? Because it's been like an hour, and the next
It's
one's
been
really
on.
long.
It's been an. Oh god damn it! How long is this next section?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
ways. Let's. I'm tired, guys, and I have church tomorrow. So,
Story
I
is
just
a
need to call it quits.
pain in my ass.
yeah, it's a pain in all of our asses.
It makes me the big sad.
But specifically mine.
Good thing you're into that sort of thing.
Not when it comes to literature. No, not when it comes to angst. I don't like getting a big load of angst shoved up my asshole.
So you're saying I have a chance?
Not when you're being a big ball of angst.
Okay, Zane is anything but angsty. Does he have a chance, man? Come on, you gotta answer his question.
Yeah,
Okay, if I had several drinks in me and your pickup line game was good, I'd consider it.
That's a soft yes, Zane.
Nice. No. I know what the real problem is. The problem is that it looks like I'm balding, so I'll just wear a hat the whole time.
I was gonna say it's more the lack of energy, but okay, sure, let's go with that.
Oh my gosh, just be like, yeah. Just like, you wanna like go out? I mean, it'd be kind of a lot of effort to, go somewhere, so
You forget, I'm the kind of person that considers hiking to be a date.
I mean, that's actually a pretty good one. All things
Yeah.
considered.
What a date
But
is.
that would mean that Zane would have to hike.
Hey, look on the bright side. If we did it after, in like September, I've been working a week, like for 3 months straight, so I'd be ready for that kind of thing.
Anyway.
Let's go on a winter hike.
Nah, man, summer. I gotta get that sweat on.
This has been going off the fucking rails all night.
Ah, God.
See y'all later.
It's just been a big bowl of what the fuck.